Hi guys, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the Random Grid Replica Championship on Project Cars 2. This is round 4, the special event, race 2 at Hockenheimshire in Caterham. So this should be a whole bundle of fun as we get ready for the start. It's Bidzster on pole from Cyrex and Blakeney, and we're off. Good start in the middle for the blue car. As we go down towards the first corner, Bidzster gets a good start into the lead then. Cyrex comes through in second. Everyone else trying to get through the first corner as the camera goes funny already. Then we head down towards turn 2, which is very short. I wonder who's going to outbrake themselves here. As contact between Spapper and Bradders. Spapper and Bradders contact, and more contact as Stacker and Bradders make contact as well. And then Callum as well. Bradders getting involved in everything there as Growly Bear comes alongside Stacker now, and then Spapper trying to make positions as well as we go back to the front runners into the chicane. Bidzster's ahead and drifting around that corner. They've got Blakeney with Keith right behind him. Stevie and Andrea very close together as well. Then we've got Growly Bear and Spapper hit each other and go off again. Oh god, it's all happening here. As Stevie goes, Stevie's ahead of Andrea trying to catch Keith and Blakeney here. Meanwhile, Bidzster and Cyrex into the last corner there, still nose to tail. Bidzster in the lead from Cyrex then as we go out onto the start-finish straight. Then we've got Blakeney, Keith under attack from Stevie and Andrea. So Keith on the inside, Stevie goes to the outside, Andrea goes to the inside of Stevie. Down towards the first corner, Andrea looks to have the move. Trying to get inside Keith as well. Two birds with one stone, and he does it. Keith just about keeps within the track limits, only just. Stevie tries to go through as well and does so. Keith loses 2 positions in 1 as Stevie and Andrea very close to each other as well. Brilliant racing here as we've got Spapper then recovering from those first lap incidents. Bradders and Growly Bear close together. Bradders trying to get the car turned in. So we'll just get some replays on that first lap action now. Okay, here's a replay on board with Bradders at the start of the race then. So into the first corner. Nicely round through there. You see Bradders struggling because he's on the controllers. That's why the wheel's going left, right. As we go into the second corner then we go to the inside of Spapper. Hit him. Unfortunately hit him round. And then we come and rejoin, and then we hit another car, which is Stacker, and then we come to rejoin again, and we hit Callum. So 3 cars in 1. So Bradders gets his hat trick. Now we go on board with Spapper a bit later on in the lap to see what happened between him and Growly. So we're on board with Spapper. We're going through the chicane. Growly takes a bit of a weird line there, goes wide. Then Spapper goes at the inside, but then doesn't actually turn into the corner enough, and ends up causing contact with Growly Bear, and then they both rejoin. So as we come back from that then, Bidzster in the lead by half a second from Cyrex. Cyrex still not leaving him alone as we go to the stadium section. And these two well ahead of the rest now. Cyrex piling on the pressure as then Blakeney from Andrea, Stevie, Keith, Stacker, close as that. But we'll just go back to the leaders as Bidzster slides the car around the second to last corner, into the last corner, onto the start-finish straight. Cyrex right behind him now, down the straight. Cyrex alongside, actually look at the gap, it's as close as ever. But Bidzster just chops off in front and just about stays in front as he drifts around that corner. And then into the second corner, brakes very, very late into the corner, but gets it done. You can see the driver tars absolutely just going mad at it. The AI, the guys in the cockpit, the avatars, that's the word I'm looking for, absolutely going for it into the section at the top, the little tight twisty chicane section, and then drift out of there. Brilliant stuff as we look at Blakeney then with Andrea all over the back of him and Stevie. So this is a 3-way battle, might even be 4 if Keith can get close. As you go out this corner, Blakeney gets a bad line through there, Andrea gets a good one. Andrea tries to go for the cutback, no way through. Blakeney has to defend the inside now. Blakeney moves to the left to defend. Andrea moves to the right, can't quite make a move. Just there as we've got Spapper and Stacker. Spapper and Stacker, that'll be a good team name as we go into the stadium section, into the hairpin. Stacker goes wide, Spapper can't find a way through. Meanwhile, Blakeney is in 4th still. Andrea's up to 3rd, Blakeney down to 4th. Keith ahead of where's Stevie gone? Stevie's gone backwards there, so we'll get a replay on that. Here's a replay what happened to Stevie on lap 3 then. So we're watching him around here, following Andrea. Goes into the corner, hits the curb on the inside, puts the power on too early and spins to the inside. There's a complete pirouette almost that uses a bit of the wall as well. And then eventually gets the car turned around. There goes Stacker and Spapper, and that's how Stevie went down to 8th. So as we come back from that, Bidzster in the lead by 1 second then. He's pulled out the gap on Cyrex. He's really pushing hard now. As we look at Blakeney and Keith, who are still quite close together. Blakeney breaks into the next corner. Keith behind him. No way through. Meanwhile at the back we've got Callum, Spapper and everyone. Spapper's gone backwards. So Spapper's gone off somewhere. Callum and T-White, if like Callum and Bradders have gone through. So we'll just get a replay on that. Okay, here's a replay of what happened to Spapper then. So going out the last corner, we go wide, and then we go on the gravel. We see we catch the gravel there on the outside, then bang, we hit the wall, go right round. Then we're going to try and get reverse, and almost reverse onto the track, but luckily stops the car in time. Then gets rejoins, and nicely rejoins just in the middle of those two. Then we come back from that one. Spapper gets Bradders eventually after we come back from that. Right, just gets past him into turn 2. And there's Blakeney trying to pull away from Keith, but not Andrea in a solid 3rd position now. But Bidzster and Cyrex, they're already starting another lap, so they're way ahead of the other guys. They're already starting lap 5 now. They're on lap 5. Meanwhile, we've got Blakeney and Keith. I think they're very close together here. Yes, they are. Keith's closing up to Blakeney now. As you go around this last corner, Keith closes up. Gets a good run out the corner. Will he go for a move into the first corner? It's going to be risky if he does. I think he'll probably try and wait for turn 2 if he does to make a move. It's a bit easier to overtake as we go into turn 1. Keith with a nice line through there. Did Blakeney run wide or did he? Oh, Blakeney goes off. He runs more than wide. He goes off the track. Must have caught the curve and spins round. And now he's recovering. Stacker's got him. Stevie's got him. So Stacker with a good showing here in 5th place. Good job for Stacker in the green car. Brilliant race for him so far in this. As we look at Growly Bear back in 8th position. Spapper is in 9th. Callum is in 10th. Around here somewhere. There he is. Bradders in 11th. And TY brings up the rear in 12th position. So that's not like TY. But meanwhile at the front, Bidzster is still 1 second ahead of Cyrex. Keeping that gap maintained and pushing hard. Drifting that car all over the place. There's Cyrex. A bit more of a neater line there than Bidzster, but not as flamboyant. Stacker meanwhile has got Stevie all over the back of him. Stevie wanting to get his way back up through the field. He's got the pace, obviously there was that mistake earlier, that instant earlier. And now he's looking for a way through. He goes onto the grass. He makes a little error there on power. Goes onto the grass, up onto 2 wheels as well on the curb. These Caterhams providing some real class entertainment here. We might have to consider a championship in these cars if it's going to be this close and chaotic. As we go down towards turn 1, that's Stacker that we're looking at with Stevie flashing his lights behind saying, I'm coming for you. Trying to intimidate Stacker. I don't think it's going to work though. Stacker makes a little mistake though, so it might have worked. As we go into the next corner, Stevie dives up the inside. Oh, now that is a class move. Straight up the inside, hot on the brakes. That is how Stevie passes. If he continues to pass like that for the rest of the championship, I might not have to call him, knock him off Stevie, or push to pass Stevie. So we'll see how it goes for the rest of the championship. But if he can keep that up, it looks promising. Meanwhile, Bidzster is now 3 seconds ahead of Cyrex. Pushing hard, not letting up here. Cyrex is there. You can see him at the last corner in the green car. So TY in the so Bidzster in the orange car in the lead of the race. Then Cyrex in 2nd. Andrea around here is in 3rd. But again, Andrea I think has been reeled in by Keith. Keith's got some good pace here in this car. So good to see Keith up there as well in the road car. Stevie up there in 5th place. Then we've got Blakeney down in 6th. Stacker's gone down to 7th. So Stacker's gone down a few places there, down to 7th. He's got Growly Bear behind him now, so that could be a nice scrap in a few laps. Let's just have a little watch of this down to the first corner. Stacker goes into the apex. Nicely done over the curb. Beautiful line there from Stacker. As Growly tries to follow. As Growly goes a bit wide in the background, I think, as Stacker goes into that next corner. Meanwhile, there's Bidzster. He's throwing it around the last few corners. Into the second to last corner. Gets the power on, dancing with the car. And nicely out the other side to start another lap. Meanwhile, Keith in 4th. Obviously, it's a bit more spread out now, but again, it could close up with one mistake. All it takes is one mistake and the field should close up, but people getting used to the car now. It depends how much people have practiced in the week, because obviously I don't have a restriction on testing or practice, because obviously, you know, if people want to practice to get better, I can't exactly stop them. I can't restrict testing, it's not fair. So on people that need it. So if you don't get a chance to practice, that's just luck of the draw, unfortunately. But Stacker now is under pressure from Growly, so Growly's definitely applying the pressure here in that silver and orange Caterham behind. Stacker in the green Caterham just struggling for pace at this late stage in the race. He had definitely had the pace in the first half. Just looks like it's gone a bit downhill in the second half, but we'll see how it goes as Growly goes a bit wider there again, so can't quite capitalise on a move into the second corner. But again, these cars very twitchy as well, so obviously the Caterhams, they're about 70% of the weight at the front of the car, obviously with all the engine and everything else being at the front. It's only the driver that is at the back of the car really, apart from the back axle, so not much in the way. Obviously that makes have a bit more of a pendulum effect. The front end will turn in, the rear end will just dance around, so which is good. It's nice, good old classic British car handling as we go into the hairpin at the stadium. Andrea's gone back down to 6th as well, so we missed that from earlier, but Andrea goes back down unfortunately. As we still watch Growly Bear behind Stacker, just trying to see what he can do here. As he goes, gets close, but no cigar yet, but he could get a good run onto the straight. Stacker gets a bit of a bad run. Growly closes up, but again, I don't think Growly's close enough for a move unless Stacker throws it away at this first corner. I don't see Growly Bear getting through here. As he goes, commentator's curse, Stacker goes wide, Growly goes to the inside, and Growly takes the position, does he? Yes, Growly Bear takes the position, Stacker has to fold. So just commentator's curse, and Stacker goes wide onto the AstroTurf, and then Growly goes through. Obviously, if he had stayed in front of Growly anyway, it would have been a bit more questionable. Obviously, now the in-game penalties and track limit penalties are on, so no more me doing the penalties anymore because people were getting a bit arsey with it. So, and apparently my decision was the wrong decision most of the time, and I was fed up of getting questioned. So we've just had to put the game penalties on and let that do the talking. So, but still, if there's any incidents that people want me to look at, just let me know and I will look at them. But unless I hear from it or I see it in these commentary replays, then I'm not going to take any action on it. So Growly Bear in front of Stacker still then. Keith in a very, very solid 3rd place here. Nice job for Keith so far in this race, but Stevie still ever so a threat in 4th place. Still keeping a consistent gap, but can't quite close in on Keith here. Meanwhile, Bidzster up front, he's well ahead here. Bidzster is well ahead. Let's see where TY is actually. He's going to lap him. I think he's lapped TY already. Yes, he's lapping traffic now, Bidzster, so he's flashing his lights. That's Bradders or Callum getting out of the way there. I think that's Bradders, yeah. So Bradders gets out of the way where Stacker is further on around the track. Oh, he's made a mistake there. Stacker's made a mistake. He's got Spappers past him as well. So Stacker goes backwards. We'll get a replay. Okay, here's another replay. What happened to Stacker on lap 10? So we're going into the first corner. Almost hits the back of Growly. Then goes onto the curb, gets the power on, and then tries to recover and spits it back out the other way. And then continues. So that's 2 half spins, which equals 1 full spin. There. So as we come back from that, we're going to look at Blakeney and Andrea. Obviously, Andrea fighting back from a little off that he had earlier. So Blakeney in 5th place, under attack now from Andrea, but Andrea's not close enough to actually be a threat really yet. Oh, he will be if Blakeney goes wide again, but we'll have to keep monitoring that. So as Bidzster comes out the chicane, then real sideways, just having a bit of fun in that car, just drifting it round on these last few laps, having a bit of fun, as he's got quite a gap to Cyrex. He's got 5 seconds as Cyrex is just coming out of that previous corner where Bidzster drifted round it, Jim Carner style. So Blakeney there. Oh, Blakeney goes wide. Andrea could catch up here, but again, Blakeney holds off. But Andrea being a threat in that yellow Caterham. Oh, he's slowed down. He must have got a track limit penalty. So you see, that's what happens. You get a track limit penalty, and it puts up a sign. It puts up a little sign. Bing! Slow down, or you'll receive a penalty for track limits. And then, so basically, if you lift off and actually slow down about a second or 2, then it actually doesn't give you the penalty, so it gives you a chance to get rid of it, or it will give it you. So that's a good thing with the game as well. As we've got Keith now with Stevie right behind him as we approach a couple of laps left in this race. So Stevie flashing the lights at Keith, saying, I'm going to get you sunshine. Keith saying, no you don't, I'm going to defend the inside. You're not having it that easy, old chum. As you go around the first corner, Stevie will get a good run, I think, but not quite close enough yet. Keith defends the inside. Keith doing a good defensive drive here so far, but he's got to hold on for another lap after this. So it's not over yet. Stevie still's got plenty of chances to try and get through. Meanwhile, Andrea's up the inside of Blakeney into the turn 2. And he's got him. So has he? Because Blakeney goes back around the outside, side by side. Oh, wheel to wheel contact. Bang, bang, have that. Blakeney sideswipes Andrea. But having said that, they were both making contact, so you've got to argue that rubbing is racing. But that was could have been a bit more dangerous, but I think we'll let that one slide. I think the game will sort that out for us as we go round this next corner. Obviously, if there's an excessive number of contact, then it will tell the car to let the other car back through. So it's not too bad this game, I suppose, with the penalties. As Bidzster now on lap 13, he's on his last lap and drifting around them corners, having a bit of fun in that car. Why not when you're 6 seconds ahead? As Sarex then in second place. Stevie and Keith go on to their last lap of the race with Stevie in front of Keith. Stevie's got past Keith, so we'll get a replay on that. So as we come back from that, obviously Stevie in front of Keith there, and now Blakeney challenging, Andrea challenging Blake still, but no way through. As Bidzster's coming up to the line here. I'm going to watch Bidzster go over the line, sliding that car around, having a bit of fun, just drifting that car out the last few corners, playing with the steering. And Bidzster wins the Caterham race. Well done, and that's double points for Bidzster, because this race is a double points race. So double points for Bidzster there. Well done. Sarex in second. Stevie is going to be third, is he? Because you're coming up to the last few hairpins. Obviously, the Bradders has finished, Callum and TY as well, and they've all finished. As Sarex goes round, let's get back to where we were. Stevie in third position then, with Keith following suit. Just got to do these last 2 corners. Just going to be close. Stevie is going to be third, and Keith is going to be a well-deserved fourth. Good finish for Keith as well. Well done to Keith and Stevie. And then Andrea's going to come through in 5th position, ahead of Blakeney. So he gets Blakeney, wins that duel. 5th place for Andrea, 6th place for Blakeney. Spapper is going to be in 7th position. Growley is going to be in 8th. That's if Spapper doesn't spin on the line. No, he doesn't. So Growley's going to be 8th. And then Stacker is going to round off the 9. Obviously, 10th, 11th and 12th for Bradders, Callum and TY. So we'll just get those results confirmed for you now, guys. Okay guys, here's the results at the end of that then. So Bidzster takes the win in that one. Well done to Bidzster. Dominating performance ahead of Sarex in second. Stevie gets on the podium again in third. Keith finishes a fantastic 4th. And then 5th is Andrea, as we just go over the page. Then it's 6th for Blakeney. Spapper finishes in 7th. Growley in 8th. Stacker an unlucky 9th after looking promising mid-race. And then Bradders in 10th. Callum in 11th. And TY unfortunately in 12th due to lag again. So as we come back from that then, there's your winner, Bidzster in that orange Caterham. Well done to Bidzster, he wins that race. Double points for him as well. And we'll see you guys next time for race 3. Take care.